So it's not just a mental exercise. And one of the things that's valuable about that is it's going to give each of us a chance, or hopefully a chance, to get in touch with our direct experience rather than the narrative around our experience. So a really simple example of that is like, not too long ago, I have this group of high school friends that I'm still in touch with, and I've kind of grown apart from them, but I still thought we were really tight. And in a very short amount of time, I realized that like everyone was in the bridal party except for me. And that happened like back to back. And I was totally shocked by it. I remember Ellen was there when I found out. And immediately I wanted to, my habit was to leave my physical, emotional experience and go straight to my head of like, what have I done wrong? Like, let me blame myself or let me blame you. And my practice helped me just stay with my physical experience of sadness, of confusion, of whatever it is. And so when I was able to eventually approach them about it, it came from a really, really different place. So yeah, meditation, part of the invitation today is to just notice what narratives are going on. And the invitation is to become the observer of them rather than to be them, right? So in that example, rather than saying, oh, this is my fault, I must have done something wrong, I'm seeing if I can get some space and be like, oh, there's a part of me that's wondering if this is my fault. I can see that there's a thought that this is my fault and I've done something wrong. So it's just getting a little bit of space from it. You don't have to get rid of anything. You don't have to control the narrative. This isn't bad or wrong. This is that conditioned mind. What we've been taught about ourselves from our own experiences, from the world, from society, is just colonized. It's in there. So we're just working with it to have a different relationship with it. So a couple of tips for you if you're new to meditation. The breath can be a great anchor. And if you find yourself getting lost in thought, lost in emotion, my greatest tip is to just start over with kindness. So anytime you notice you're just no longer here, you've gone way down the storyline of why you're bad or they're bad or whatever it is, that's obviously my story. Then just try to start over with kindness, come back to the breath, come back to my voice, what we're doing. And that could happen 100 times in a 10-minute meditation. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a great way to, build new pathways in the brain. And the other thing is that you can dip your toe in and you don't have to dive full in. So again, everything's an invitation. The image that comes up, I don't know if y'all, when you were little, you were playing like tag and there was like a safe zone where if tag got too intense, you were like, I'm in the safe zone. Like nobody can tag me. I'm taking a breather because it's really intense out there. So find what that is for you. So if in this meditation or any part of this, you have all the permission you need to like tag out and then come back in when and if you want to. Okay. So this is you are in control of what you do with this offering, okay? All right. Let's do it. So we'll do, 10 or 15 minutes of meditation. Are there any questions before I get us started? Have us start with our eyes open. And the invitation is to just take the next minute to look around the space that you're in and kind of orient yourself, take in some details. See if you can do so without judgment. Like you don't need to notice if the mind wants to comment on everything, but really this is just a way to kind of like let the body settle into where you are in physical space. You can also take a look at the group of people that we're with on Zoom. And then in your own time, you can begin to transition inwards. So For me, it helps to close my eyes or cast my gaze downwards. And you don't have to have your eyes closed. And in the same way that you were just kind of taking stock of the room, we'll just begin to kind of take stock of our inner landscape. So, what's present in the inner landscape in this moment? Just looking around, feeling, noticing, but you don't have to if you see something or notice something, you don't have to do anything with it. You're just observing it and letting it be there. What's here now? And then I invite you to notice the breath. And let's begin by taking 3 of the deepest and longest breaths we've taken all day so far. So, really allowing yourself to fill the lungs and the belly. And then on the exhale, really letting yourself release and let go, taking your time. 3 long, deep breaths. So the breath can be that anchor for you that you can come back to at any point. Just stay with the rhythm of the breath, the waves of the breathing as we go through this. I'm just going to guide us through a practice of being with what is. And we'll use what's available to us, the mind, the body, the emotions, the present. So invite you now to direct the attention to the body. And let this be broad and open. You don't need to direct the attention to a specific body part. But when I ask you to notice the body, what comes up? Is there a certain sensation that you notice somewhere? Are there thoughts that come up? Narrative? Any type of emotion? So just breathing and noticing, receiving whatever information the body has for you in this moment. And the invitation is just to be with it. Can I be with this body? Can I stay with these sensations? Can I turn towards whatever I'm feeling in the body? Can I embrace this body? Again, it's a practice of being with, not a practice of doing. And remembering to breathe. And now letting that go, and I invite you to shift the attention to your emotional experience. So, what emotions are present now? Or there could be a lack of emotions. No right or wrong answer here. See if you can notice them without making them good or bad or right or wrong, but just truly acknowledging the emotions here. And remembering this is a practice of being with. So you are not your emotions. You are that which can observe them, you're the container that can hold them. So allowing the emotions to be here, breathing, and again, just the practice of can I be with these emotions? Can I stay with this? Can I turn towards this? And if there's struggle or resistance, the same applies. Can I be with the resistance? Can I allow the struggle to be here? That's okay. It's welcome. Remembering that you can start over with kindness at any point. You can always come back to the breath as your anchor or whatever other safe zone you've chosen in this game of tag. And next, I'm going to invite us to notice what the thinking mind is up to. So you're noticing the thoughts. Again, see if you can notice the thoughts from a little bit of a distance as though you're observing them coming and going. A common metaphor in mindfulness is to imagine the thoughts as clouds that are coming and going in the sky. You don't have to push them away, you don't have to cling to them, just allowing them to come and go. Meditation practice is so much more than just a skill or a discipline or even a way to learn about yourself, which it is all of those things, but it's also an opportunity to come home and to rest in who you authentically are. So in this moment, I invite you to imagine the sky and visualize that you're made up of the same qualities as the sky. So I wouldn't necessarily think to describe the sky as courageous if a storm comes through. The sky just naturally, inherently accepts and holds the storm. It's just part of what the sky is. So rather than striving to be that which can be courageous or striving to be that which can hold it all? Can you just rest into the fact that you are the sky? All of these thoughts, all of these emotions, all of these sensations arise in you. I'll be quiet for just a minute or two. Leave some space for you to keep practicing with just being with this moment in whatever way feels authentic and supportive for you. Just breathing, allowing, and being. And then we can begin to close this meditation. If you like, I invite you to place one hand over your heart and one hand on the solar plexus where your ribs come in to touch each other. This is what we often call the embrace of compassion in our teen curriculum at Peace in Schools. And I just love it so much. And I invite you in this moment to start just by feeling the warmth of your own body, feeling the breath moving the hands, perhaps noticing the tenderness of this moment. And then offering yourself whatever feels supportive and kind and real. It could be some phrases or words of reassurance, a thank you for showing up. It could just be a feeling. This does not need to look or feel anyway. It's just an opportunity to acknowledge this body, mind, this heart, all that it's holding. In the privacy of your own heart, is it possible to just offer some thanks or some love to see what comes up? And you can release the hands in your own time. Come back to the breath, and in a moment I'll ring the bell that I have here. And when I do, just notice the sound of the bell, and when you can no longer hear the sound, you can gently open your eyes, come back to the group. Okay. Thank you so much, y'all.